the spirit of love, joy, and peace that you are, and we are here together to celebrate our goodness. Shall we now listen to the Infusion Mission Vision Call? Life is at Congress, working for our highest good and the good of the universe. We are here as conscious and active participants in life's effort to establish the kingdom of God, which embraces all of humankind, irrespective of their race, creed, or culture here on earth. We are the divine expressions of God, determined to make this happen through the practical application of our Christ vision, which adjusts us to see the good and the divine in ourselves and in all of life. We declare, knowing it to be true, that our lives are good. Yes. Our good is getting better. Yes. And our best shines. We are here on earth to do God and be gods of truth and love. And so we are. And so we are. Amen.
Good morning, Ethereans. Good morning. What's our collective vision? Our vision. Yes, that is it. Our vision is that of a unified world in which everyone is a catalyst for the activation and promotion of the innate good in one another. Simply put, a world of oneness. Ethereum mission, transforming lives. That's what we are about. Transforming lives, growing visions, providing the tools to make it happen. That is what makes us the church for spiritual empowerment. Yes? So we today started the second mystical truth. And as I've told you, I am a universal citizen. I come from Africa, and nature is my teacher. I read two master books in life. The first one is called Nature. The second one is called Me, and all the rest are commentaries. Whatever name you call that holy book, if it's not speaking about the glory of God in life, then it is not a holy book. Whatever the holy book's name, it's all about nature. That's why even in the Bible, in most of Jesus' teaching, his parables were based on nature. Parable of the sower, parable of the fig tree. In Akan, we say, meaning God is so self-evident that you can see the evidence of God in nature. You don't need to teach it to a child. A child must be able to observe it. And as an adult, it must be too evident than for you to deny its presence. Yes? So today, we are talking about nature, and that is what makes us mystical. Mystical means direct connection with God. And as an African, we don't believe in God and something. We believe in God as all things, and we connect with God directly. And the footprints of God tell us of the reason for our very lives. So we go through our lives to find this reason in the second mystical truth. There are three, and we are on the second one. The previous one taught us that we are here by the collective power of the entire universe. You are here by the collective power of the entire universe. And we went through the exercise to notice how every wave comes into being by the collective power of the entire ocean. And consequently, we are here by the collective power of the entire universe. There will not be planet Earth if there is not the sun. So if we are here by the agency of the earth, then we are here also by the agency of what? The sun. And of course the moon. And of course the central sun around which our sun goes round. And similarly, and it continues for us to come to realize that everything is here by the collective power of everything, working for the good of everything. Did somebody hear me? Everything is here by the collective power of everything, dedicated, designed, devoted, purposed to work for the collective good of everything. And if you don't come to that cosmic awareness, where you come to realize that you are here to work for the good of the stars. Somebody say, I'm here to work for the good of the stars. Their dream so big and know how good you are here to be, that the goodness that you are will affect and influence even the stars. Let your light so shine before men, the master I heard him saying. Let your light so shine before men. We are not here to chicken out. We are not here for a life of petty partying, a life of mediocrity. We are here for a life of greatness. And there is no glory, there's no joy in petty partying. There's no glory in mediocrity, in weakness. We are not here to pardon the weak. If you see a weak man, kick him. What did I say? Tell him to wake up. Tell him to activate his God power. Tell him to rise in his spiritual magnificence, because God created all in her spiritual image and likeness, meaning we are all endowed with that magnificent power of God. Some use yes in that Peteshiba. Yes? Then they have reason to complain and blame somebody. When things are not working well, they have cause to blame their mothers and grandmothers. Always is the mothers. Because they are weak, they can't talk back. So they are easily bullied. Yes, we change it now. Are you here to change that? Yes. Set up a foundation to change that. Set up a foundation. But I say that for you to know that do something. Tell somebody, do something wild. For the glory of God. That's what we are about. So today, I want to recap briefly that our power is in the past and our motivation is in the future. There is a teaching in the world that encourages people that forget about the past, forget about the future, and just live in the present. It's a noble teaching, but that teaching is not in harmony with nature. The present is always receding into the past. By the time you finish saying present, the present has become the past. Take a deep breath on that. And when that teaching came, people are keen to it as though the present is all the power. Yes, but the present is a flowing river. You cannot step into its waters twice. And by the time you attempt to step into its waters, you are stepping into fresh waters. And you will never succeed in stepping into that water. Because as you step into it, it is passing. The past is a reservoir of all of the experiences you've ever had. That's why history is very important. It's a reservoir of all of the power systems. So you can go to the past and pick a particular knowledge system, bring it forward and use it to affect the present and the future. The possibility of good and the vision of good in the future inspires you always to go to the past for the needed knowledge that you will use. The present is only for you to accumulate experience and store it. The past is the storage that you can go to, fetch the information and use it. So somebody say the power of the past. There is power in the past. And you see, there's nothing wrong in going to the past. It's only what you go to in the past, which is the issue. You can go to information in the past that reduces you into the future, or information in the past that expands and grows you to the future. That choice is yours. So today I take you on a journey once again into the past for us to find something that nature did with you. Something so big, huge, and magnificent. And though nature might have done it for other creatures like you, the being called man is a special being. When you watch maybe a puppy or a kitten, or even a little bird born today, that bird is stronger than a little baby of a human being. But give them 15 years, and you see intelligence ratio, which is about 0.1 in favor of the being called man. Man, the being called man, he is not a bird, but flies faster than any bird. In fact, he can fly a whole village faster than any bird. The being called man, he's not a fish, but can live under the water for many days, many years. And in fact, this being can swim faster than any fish. The being called man, you know him, he's not a fox, but can live underground his entire life. The being called man. Somebody take a deep look at yourself once again and say, I am wonderfully and marvelously made. And remember, it is true. So I take you to the journey. Once upon a time, the sperm and the ovum as two organisms. These organisms can survive only 3 days maximum. And they met in the crucible of creation that we call the womb. And when they met, they fused and called out potentials and powers out of themselves that each of them did not know existed in them individually. In their fusion, they brought out all of the organs of the body, such as the eyes, the ears, the legs, the hands, feet, brain, whatnot, and a whole human being was born. Remember, they can survive for only 3 days. But when they fused in the womb, they survived for 300 days. Somebody say, I'm here to be more.
I'm here to be more.
If you give me 3, I'll be 300. Is somebody here with me?
Yes.
So we come to discover in nature that nature designed you to be more. That when you are given 3, you become what? 300. But that came only in the realization of oneness with what even looks like opposite to you. Take a deep breath. Do you get that one? Yes. In that realization of oneness with what even seems to be opposite to you, you expanded to become more. After all, the electrical wires, you need the positive and the negative to become more. Each of them individually are ineffective. Yes? So they survived for 300 days, bringing out organs, and then a little child was about to be born. There is a compelling power that compels the little chick to use its soft beaks to peck the rocky shell and break out. And when it comes out, it sees a horizon zillions of times bigger than the horizon it was used to in that small eggshell. Somebody say, I'm here to be more.
I'm here to be more.
So once again, we realize that this being called man is truly here to be more, to enjoy vast expanse. When it was in the womb, it was feeling the feeling of the one, receiving fluid, nourishment, vitamins, oxygen, even oxygen, all from the fluid of the mother. Feeling the feeling of the one, living the life of the one. It was one with the one. Somebody say, I'm here for oneness. And that's the second one. First one is what? I'm here for oneness. Second one is what? I'm here to be more. Oneness started with the fusion, and oneness existed all through. It was receiving nourishment. When the mother eats, it has eaten. When the mother smiles, it has smiled. It was feeling the feeling of the one. Then, compelled by that energy, it had to come out. It had to come out. And in an instant, remember, it had lived its life 300 days instead of how many days? Meaning that it has lived its life 100 times over. When you have specialized in something for 100 lifetimes, is it easy to change? Take a deep breath. Is it easy to change? 100 lifetimes. I know a lady who had an accident and had to keep the leg in a track for, I think, 3 weeks. And when she was discharged, the legs have become stiff. So only 3 weeks, and then that's all. Did you understand? The body has learned one thing, and it is stuck. But this time, you have learned it not for 3 weeks. How many times? 100 lifetimes. So compelled by that power to come out of its comfort zone. In the comfort zone, it was receiving food, nourishment, vitamins, everything passively. Everything was provided for without it making a prayer. Somebody say, without a prayer, my needs are provided. I want you to remember that. It's a power. But compelled, this being pushed itself out of the comfort zone. And in an instant, it shut the door to the path through which it receives nourishment. And in that minute, that very instant, it knew how to open its mouth and its lungs to receive oxygen, no more from fluid, but oxygen from air. It has specialized receiving oxygen from fluid, and in an instant, it now receives it from air. A miracle has happened, yes? That miracle is still with you. It is coded in your spiritual and biological genes. And by going to that moment in your mind, like we did this morning, you can return to that spot and activate that power. All of these powers. A miracle has occurred. It's now receiving oxygen from air. This is a miracle of what we call instant change. Somebody say instant change. So you have the power to look at your life right now, look at your spiritual, social, psychological, physical, and financial positions. And if they don't look comfortable for you, you have the power to step into that moment. Bible says that I will remember the good days of the Lord. Remember means I will reconnect. I will become a member to that consciousness of God. So you can remember this particular PowerPoint and look at your present life, spiritual, social, psychological, physical, financial. Look at what it is. If it's beautiful, fine. If you believe you deserve something bigger and better, you don't need lifetimes. You need to be there and look at the new life, the ideal life, and then take a breath and switch to the new life. There is a power coded in you that when you do it, it gives you the spiritual psychic energy for you to step into a new life of greatness. And to see a horizon of possibilities zillions of times bigger than what you were used to. Somebody say, a greater world awaits me. And remember, it is true. And this takes instant change. Instant change ability is in you. Somebody say, instant change ability is in me. Yes. So the third one is instant change. Then, in that moment, having lived 100 lifetimes, mastered only one thing. How could it know now that it must now eat food from the lips? It used to be receiving food from the umbilicus of the mother, his or her link with their mother for 100 lifetimes. But in an instant, it received infusion of cosmic wisdom. It received what? And this wisdom must be so huge that in an instant, it taught this little thing how to latch on the mother's breast and use its lips to receive food and not no more from the umbilicus. In an instant, it received the infusion. Somebody say, I know. This is the fourth power. The power of what? I know. I know what I need to know when I know it. And when you switch into that moment, when you can connect to that power spot in you, then you activate the ability to connect with the universal knowing. After all, everything we see was once just an idea in the universe. And new inventions are coming. Where are they coming from? Thought is the father of action. Repeated action will create behavior. Behavior will become your attitude. The attitude will become your character. Your character will produce your nature. Your nature will produce your destiny. By changing the thought, you change all the processes. And by connecting in your mind to the power spot, you change everything that has produced your present life and your destiny. You have the power to go there. And that power is already coded in you. It is in you genetically. You have to practice going there. You have to practice going there. Go to the powerhouse of I know. I know. Somebody say, I know. I know what I need to know when I need to know it. That knowing infused itself. We are not the knowledge. Jesus said, I can of my own self do what? Nothing. In other words, I don't know. But there is a knowingness in the universe that knows how to know itself in and through me. And right now, I'm available for the knowingness of the universe to know itself through me to fulfill its own glory for its own self. The knowingness knows. All you need to do is to connect. Remember, reconnect to the power in you. Nature has already coded it in you. And then, without your prayer, the breasts were filled with milk. You didn't pray for it. And in fact, the first breast milk within the first 72 hours is called colostrum. It contains antibiotics and special minerals that your body needs. Life knows that you are fragile. You come to a world with many challenges, and it knows how to immunize, strengthen your body. Yes, for the life you're coming into. Life has already gone ahead of you. It knows what you need, providing all the vitamins and nutrients you need in the breast milk, plus the first 72 hours. That breast milk must be special. Please, somebody say, life goes ahead of me. Providing what I need before I needed it. Truly, life goes ahead of you. And when you connect to that power, that moment of your first breast milk, and you can really be there and know that all the breast milk you will need is already provided. Son, rest. All that I have is thine. It's already done. Then you will be in that place where you connect to know that life is doing it ahead of you. Bring to mind, there are millions of evidences in your personal life when life went ahead of you to do something for you before you thought you even needed it. Yes? The practice is for you to list all of them. List all of them and read them to yourself. And as you read, it will connect you to that place. Sometimes somebody taught you something. You read something in the paper, and then just reading it opened you to something. Or you heard something on television, on radio, and it taught you something, and then as you start practicing it, it saved you from some situation or brought you to some good. Life provided for you before you needed it. Life always goes ahead of you. Somebody gave you an unexpected gift. Then you realize that, oh, thank God, next week there is a beach party and I don't have this ice chest. Look, Fred has just come and given me ice chest. It is as though Fred knows I need an ice chest for next week. Has anybody here experienced something similar before? Let me see by hand. So somebody keep the hands up and say, life goes ahead of me. Providing what I need before I needed it. So it's no more an affirmation. It is a declaration. It's a declaration of cosmic truth. And by declaring it with the examples, the validating events in your mind, it connects you to the power that knows how to go ahead of you, to provide what you need before you need it. Your prayers cease because a power is taking care, power is doing something. Keep quiet, shut up, get out of your own way. Let the universe do its good before you. For I go before you to prepare the places. I make your crooked places straight, your rough ways smooth. I fill your valleys and bring down your mountains. I am here for your salvation, for the elevation of yourself. Yes? Shut up. Your prayers cannot influence me. I am your God. I go before you. In this place, all prayers cease. And you simply are luxuriating in the power that knows how to glorify and fulfill itself through its unit as you. I need to tell you more. Thank you for listening. God bless you. I'll continue next week.